Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today? It's Tim here. We are trying our best to rock and to roll. We're going to see what happens. We should be able to go live on Instagram. We should be live on Instagram now, I would think. I was trying to do TikTok, but it's a little bit weird. TikTok works weird with the TikTok live feature on the Mac. But hey, what you gonna do about that? What you gonna do? Other than that, today I'm gonna try my best to show you guys a little bit of Photoshop animation. That's a little bit tricky because the interface doesn't completely show up in Photoshop. So what I might end up doing is to just broadcast the screen, which is going to be weird because there's going to be a lot of stuff that generally I would not want visible, which will be visible because that's the only way you're going to see the screen. But anyway, what I'm going to do is minimize this thing here. And we'll go to maximize here. So I'm going to do a little animation and I'm going to do a little image breakdown. So the first thing, let's see if we can move this stuff here. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go now to Photoshop. And of course, with Photoshop, we have, at least on this screen here, we have Clip Studio Paint showing. But that's okay, because now we can do that. And that should bring us back to where we need to go. Let's see here. So we'll zoom out here. Then zoom back in. This one right here will be, I'm going to try my best to have this right here set up to, I'll put up UGod's video as well, just so you guys can see what's happening. So anyway, this is Photoshop. Let's give it a second here. We'll go here. Nope. Hang on one second, guys. Hang on. Don't be patient with me. Be patient with me, man. Be patient with me. Okay, that's Photoshop there. Untitled 1. And this should be Untitled 1 as well. Alrighty, let's see what we're going to do here. We're going to go here. So weird, man. So weird. We'll go back here. Yep, we'll go. There we go. All right, there we go. We're going to go back to Untitled. Okay. Let's see. We'll go here. There we go. So that right there that is Photoshop. And if it acts a little weird, then I'm not going to worry about it. All right. So we got that. And what we can see is the entire interface. I could get rid of this one right here, but for right now, we're going to stick with this because I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. Let's see here. Also, TikTok is trying to go on, but it's a little weird because they don't give specific keys, and I'm blind as a bat here. So I might want to. We will see because I got screens all over the place. It looks like what's that guy's name in the Matrix? He didn't come back for the second or third movie. He was he was the guy at the computer. I'm like that guy today. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so we got Photoshop here. Let's zoom in on that so you guys can see what I'm doing here. There we go. All right, so we got Photoshop. So you should be able to see the interface pretty good. So I think we will be all right there. Now, if it's a little bit weird in the this thing here, let's see. Let's get back up there. Let's get back over there. Hang on one second, guys. Hang on. I'm trying to do what I got to do for you. All right. Let's go here again. We'll zoom out a little bit. Okay, there we go. Because I wanted you guys to see that a little bit. And Clip Studio Paint is now active as well. So I'm not going to worry about that. So right now I have this showing my Cintiq because the interface doesn't completely show up. But there are different ways to to show. Let's go here. I want to move this up and out of the way so you guys can see that interface a little bit better there. Okay, good. So there are different ways to do animation, and most people know animation from a timeline feature. They may know animation from a just different features that are somewhat, how should I say, that are somewhat, they have timeline, they have standard keyframe feature, but they also have a kind of a primitive state feature. And I call it primitive, but really what it is, it's a feature that's a little bit less intrusive. It has less features, but that simplicity makes it work right. Hold on, I'm gonna say, hey folks, my chat is now fully working in YouTube here, so we're good here on both. It actually, well, there you go then. It went live on when I said, hey folks, that went live on both. Let's see, we got that here. Dieselfunk dispatch. Where's the dispatch here? All right, let me get here. We need to switch account here. I'm hoping that's working right. If it's not, then we're going to see what's going on here. All righty. All right, there we go. So that was not squared away here, but that's okay. We can take care of it now. Hang on one second, guys. I just need to, again, I'm doing all this stuff myself, which I don't mind being a little bit, just, you guys bear with me. That's all I ask you to do. Okay, so today is animation in Photoshop and comic breakdowns. I think it's important that I show that particular aspect of things so you can see what's rocking, what's rolling. Let me just change the heading here. There we go. There we go. And go right there. Bam. Okay, we got that. And here we go. I'm going to go here, change this one. And we should be live now on all these things here. So I'm going to save that. Okay, that's good. All right. And let me also say, hey, folks, on this one as well. All right. Now I'm also going to go to Facebook and say, hey, folks, as well. And I will also share it with on my other timfielder.com. Ah, crap. Why did I do that? It doesn't matter. We'll go back here to Dieselfunk again. Sorry about that. And give me a second just to get everything shared up. Let's see here. The video is right. We go here. Hang on, guys. And see, Instagram should be going good. Okay, Instagram is going good. Okay, that's good. I see Dionis. Hey, Dionis Ortiz. The man, the fine artist, the man with the wonderful hair. This guy, he's like George Lucas. Dionis Ortiz is going to be 400 years old, dead, but his hair will still have be black with gray strands through it. It's incredible how amazing his hair is. What's also incredible is that I taught this guy when he was like 12 or 11, 12 or 13 years ago. It's so incredible. Thank you for chiming in, bro. I'm trying my best to do this. You know, I'm not the most technically astute guy. But anyway, so what I'm going to do here again is I'm showing a little animation. And a lot of people know how to use animation in Photoshop, but I think it'll be good for you folks to be able to get a taste of that. So that's good as well. All right, so, and it looks like, yeah, that's working. Okay, good. So if I can ever get the RTM working here with TikTok, then you never know. Maybe I'll be able to do this. But in the meantime, for right now, I'm just going to leave it here. It does say I'm live. Am I live? It does say I'm live. Okay, whoa, no, that was somebody else's live. Okay, so it says go live. Well, I'm not going to worry about that right now. TikTok is up here. You guys can't see it's right up there. All right. Now, okay. So let me go here. I want to create another page here. I'm going to go to, why did I do that? That was weird. But that's okay. We're going to close that. We don't need that damn thing. We don't need that daggity dag thing. Okay, so we got that. That was mine because you guys are watching the actual screen here. Let's see. I'm going to go here. I need to create another Facebook page here so I can share the stream to, and it generally will not swear, but stream to the other channels here. But I got to be very careful on how I do that. So let's see. Man. Let's go here. Hang on one second, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Well, something's there. Okay, we got that. Want to share that. I'm gonna copy the link, and there's so many. I must be streaming to like multiple different networks. I want to start streaming to LinkedIn as well. But like I say, this is a pretty major undertaking for me. Mel Studio appears and still a little quirks about it, but it seems to be holding up pretty well, I think. But we will see how that goes. Anyway, so I want to get out of here, and I'm going to go to Tim Fielder, and we should be able to log on here and do my thing. Go here. All right. So, yeah, there we go. All right. So, we're posting. All right. So, now we are live on timfielder.com, which I feel good about here. And everyone appears to be getting ready to go to San Diego Comic-Con. I'll be getting ready to go myself on Thursday. I leave out on Thursday. I'm only on one panel, maybe two. I might be on the hip-hop panel, but that's still just like last year. It's always tricky to know whether or not they're going to confirm it. But I should be around. I'll be doing another floor tour like I've done the last year or so with Calvin Reed, my good friend. And we'll be doing our floor tour on Saturday, which will be fun. And then I'll be attending the Dwayne McDuffie Award ceremony because Graphic History of Hip Hop, this particular book here, my brothers told me about making sure that I hold that up. Let's see, you guys should be able to see it now, however you're going to see it, right? And that book is up for an award. It might win, it might not, but it's all good because there are fantastic books actually available to go up on that as well. So very, very happy about that. and I think we're good. So I'm going to switch back to Dieselfunk Facebook page so I can monitor everything. We're going here. Okay. All right. I think we're good here. Hang on. All right. Go right there. And then we will hit enter. And I think we're good here. All right. All right. Hang on 1 second, guys. Just want to make sure I do this last thing here. All righty. Let's cancel that. All right. I don't know why I didn't do that. Oh, yeah, that's because I highlighted it. So we're all good there. All right. So we should be good to go and ready to rock it. Yep, I think we're good. All right. Now, Photoshop. What in the world does it mean? So if I click here right now, again, because, like, for example, if I pull up in Photoshop, and this is something we're going to have to sort out with how things are set up. So if I go here, you guys can see the interface on Instagram, which is great, but you can't see it in the main thing. So I'm going to switch that camera over in my main thing here. I'm going to switch this guy here over. I'm going to switch that over to the Cintiq Pro. There we go. So you guys will be able to see the different things going on in the interface. All right, let's go here. I'll zoom out a little bit here so we can see. Okay, good. All right, so Photoshop. I'm going to show you the weird way to do a kind of keyframe animation that's really stripped down, right? And a lot of people don't use this, but I find myself probably leaning towards using it a little bit more. So here we go. So I'm still building this page. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do an animation here. And so here is my object here. I've also been told to look in the camera. I don't know. I got so many cameras here. It's hard to say what I'm looking at. Right. So we're going to go here. Watch this. So I'm going to go Command T. I'm going to make this a little bit larger. Right. This is the like button. Right. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to go here. I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm dragging this down to this plus button here. Now, I know a lot of people use Photoshop, so maybe in one sense it's probably pointless for me to show you guys. I'll just because you already know, but whatever, right? So I'm going to take this. I'm going to my lasso tool, and I'm just going to erase right here. I'm going to do that. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to take this. I'm going to erase that part. Now, watch what I'm doing. So I got that pretty much where I want it. We got it kind of a weird because of the pixels. So I'm going to take that right there. Watch this. So I'm going to do that there. Hit Enter, Command D, right? So watch this. Well, actually, let me do it. Let me take this up just a little bit because I think that's a little bit. Oops. All right, let's do it one more time. Thank God for undo, right? Undo is great. There we go. That's a little bit farther up. I think that's great. So now we're going to hit plus sign here. Yeah, I think that's good enough. All right, now watch what I'm going to do here. Command D. So effectively what I'm doing is drawing the keyframes, the different states, right? This is a really, really primitive way of doing animation in Photoshop that I find that works pretty good, particularly if you want like exact control in motion capture without actually having to go to After Effects. It's very, very good for that. All right, so now we're going to take this here. So still got to draw. Whoops, that was weird. Let's do this. Let's take this button here. I'm going to hold down Shift. There we go. It's a little bit thin here, but it's okay. I can draw it in. What the heck? All right, there we go. All right, so now I'm going to go here. Now I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. It's going to be a little weird, but we're going to go right there, right? I did that real quick with my hand. Let me take this here. There we go. All right, so that's pretty good. All right, and we'll do it one more time. This is another thing I learned. You can kind of like go in real harsh, not harsh, but like with a soft edge there. So you see what I did there? So now here we have a kind of, so what that's going to happen is they're going to be that kind of animation. You'll see what's going to happen in just a moment. So I'm going to go here. There we go. I think that's great there. We're now going to deselect off in here. All right, now let's click in here with our paint bucket. Okay, we're good there. So we have one state. So we have two states. We have this state, then we have that state, right? So I want to do another one where we take, let's do this. We're going to take this guy here, and I'm going to duplicate this, right? So that's pretty good. I like the way that looks. Let me go here and make that a full screen. That's going to be a little weird, but just work with us here. It goes all the way down to the bottom, so we should be okay. Now, so let me turn all these guys on here. So as you can see, everything is pretty much squared away, right? Let's move that to the middle. Let's zoom out here a little bit, right? So we're going to move that to the middle right there, right at the bottom, right? And I like the sign, okay? Let's do a little bit of reduction here, just right there. And I'll show you why I'm doing that in just a moment. Now, right now, as I'm moving things around, there's a little snap, but you can't really see where you're moving everything. So this is where you go into window, not window, you go to view, show, and we're going to hit guides. And when we hit, oh no, I didn't want guides. Hold on, sorry about that. Screwed that one up. Let's turn off guides. Hold on, which is the one I'm forgetting here? Which view it's supposed to be able to snap to? There we go. It looks like snap is there. Snap is to, so, but we're going to say snap to guides, right? So when I move that, it's snapping, but I want to see the line kind of there. Hold on, let me see if I can show guides. Do we want guides? I don't know. We'll see. For right now, we'll leave it where it is. So this is good there, right? So I'm going to turn these guys off. So we're going to call this layer here. I'm typing that. That's going to be called thumbs up. That's thumbs up. This one right here is going to be called thumbs close. And this one right here is going to be called thumbs turn. And I'll show you what I'm doing. So this is going to be a turn, right? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go here, and I'm actually going to turn this, Command T, just like that. So what happened, we have three different layers. That's the first layer, second layer, third layer. And we might twist these things around. All right, if I go to Window, there's a thing called a timeline here. And that timeline is what just popped up here. In this timeline, you can do regular 2D animation, which is great. I'll show that on another day. We're not trying to do hand-drawn animation. What we're trying to do is to showcase how we can do state animation. I don't even know if that's the way to use it, but I call it keyframe. Like right here, they have frame animation. But what we're going to do here is I'm going to hit all the way in the corner. You probably can't see it, and eventually I'm going to get the device that will allow you to see how that's supposed to go. But I'm going to go here. I'm going to turn these guys on here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit create frame animation. All right, that's what this is. It's frame animation. Okay, I'm sorry. There we go. All right, so the first state, I don't want this up. I want this up. Got it? So that's there. So it's a hand close. So basically what's going to be happening is that, right? So we're going to have that hand there to start, right? And then we're going to create a new layer, which is hitting the plus sign here. See how that comes up and duplicate, but we don't want that layer to be visible. We want this layer to be visible, right? So if I click back and forth here, that's what's happening. See what's happening as I'm clicking back and forth? I'm doing frame animation. It's a really stripped down way of doing animation in Photoshop. I find it gives you a lot of control, right? So watch this. I now want a third frame. But on this one, I want here, and I want to go back to that. And then last, I want to go here. Again, on the last one, I want to have the thumbs up. So effectively what is happening is this. Right? But we got to time it right. Because right now, if I hit play, that's what's happened. So it's like, we don't want that. We don't want that, right? What we want, let's say here, that one is probably going to stay up. If we hit on this button here, you see that drop down? There's a time. It's like a time signal, a swatch. And it has a bunch of presets that can say no delay, 0.1 seconds, 0.2, 0.5, 1 second, 2 seconds. And I think here what we're going to do is we're going to leave it up for 2 seconds, right? Then here, we want this guy up to go up for maybe half a second, right? And then here, we want this one right here to come down to a 0.2 seconds, really fast. And then here, we want this guy up here, 2 seconds. Right? That's what we want. Now, let's play it now. I'm going to hit play. Whoops. All right, so we just made a mistake. Now watch this. This is going to be interesting because what we really need is we need an up key, right? So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go back here. Now, what I need to do is I need to take this layer, and we might have to do this over again, but it's okay. I'm going to go back here to this particular layer here. Right now, there's nothing on, right? And I'm going to create a new layer, right? And that new layer is going to be this guy. But I'm going to hit Command T, and I'm going to turn it just a little bit there, right? So effectively, what happens is if we go back here, this goes there, thumbs up, then thumbs down. Okay, so we play that. So this one here will be up for 2 seconds, 0.5 seconds, 0.2 seconds, then 2 seconds. That's pretty good. So all together, this animation here will last about 5 seconds. About 5 seconds. So let's go back to the front frame here. That's 2 seconds. You see? And that's pretty good. But we also want it to move a little bit faster. So right now, we do want the first frame to be up for 2 seconds, right? That's not bad. But let's say on this one here, we're going to put that up for 0.1 second. We're going to put this one up 0.1 second. So now let's see what happens. We go back here to the front again. That's pretty good. And it's a loop. It's a loop animation. Okay, so we got that. So now I'm going to stop this here. And I'm going to go to the animations that I had here for subscribe, because this one right here has an animation as well. But what I want to do is I want to borrow the font. So I'm going to hit Command C on my keyboard with my hand. Command C. That's copy. And you can see here the animation for that. So if I played this, let's go back to the front here. This is how the subscribe sign comes in. Right? And it stays there for a little bit. And then it fades out. So it fades out and fades in really fast, right? So that's what happens. Okay? And so what I want to do now is I want to go back here. Let's stop this because we don't need that playing. So I'm going to go back here. So here we are with this. I'm now going to do a Command V. That's the word subscribe. You can't see it right now, but that's okay. We're going to turn that color by going to the top swatch here. We're going to go to black. And that says subscribe, right? But I want to hit like, right? But let's start off with just hit. All right? So that says hit. We're going to move that up here. We're going to move that up there. Then we're going to duplicate this by dragging this copy, right? And I want to move it. I'm going to hold down Shift, and I'm going to drag over. You see? And here, not the greatest design in the world, I know. But now we're going to hit like. Okay? So I think that's pretty good. But what I want to do here, looking at this, that's not terrible. Could be worse. Hit like. Okay, maybe we'll try it out. All right, so let's turn these off for right now. So let's go back to frame 1. So here, what we're going to do is I'm going to create another frame between 1 and 2, here and here. Watch this. So I duplicated that frame again. Now it's up for 2 seconds, and that's fine, but I think I want it up for 1 second, right? And on this, the word hit is going to come up, right? And then we're going to go here, and we want hit still visible, right? And then here, we want hit visible. And then here, we want the word hit and like. Okay? And we will leave this one right here up. Right now, we have 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. But I'm going to hit the word other here. And instead of it being up for 2 seconds, I'm going to put that up for 3 seconds. And I think what I'll do is reduce the time in the first frame just to 1 second instead of it being up for 2 seconds. So let's see what happens here. Okay. Not terrible. It's kind of a kooky animation. Right? Now, one of the things I could do is stop this. This one here is up for 1 second, but I can also keep that up for half a second and keep this one up here for half a second. That's the first for half a second. The second frame with the word hit for half a second, right? Here, where the hand tilts up and goes down, those are all pretty low. But in fact, I think with the thumbs up, it's at 0.1 seconds. But I think what I'm going to do is I want to set that to no delay. So it's really fast, like pow, pow. In fact, I might do it with the third one, but let's see what happens here. We go here, we hit play. Ah, much better. Okay. I like that. Okay, cool. So we can call this animation here done. You go to File, you have Export, and right down here at the bottom you have your frames. And right now it's set to the Dieselfunk dispatch folder. I have it set to H.264. I don't deal with QuickTime so much because the files get really big. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type DD underscore hit like dot MP4. And that's going to render out. So that animation is now rendered out. Okay? So that's a good thing. I like the way that feels. Now we want to go back here. This was the screenshot. That was the one where I actually made the object. So I'm going to get rid of that. I don't think we need this right here anymore. We won't save that, right? So because we got what we need here. All right? So we go here. Now, I want to, because I made a copy, let's see here. Now, this one right here, check this one out. If I hit play on this one, you see? Now, the thing is, there's not enough shake in this. There's not enough shake in this. And I'll show you what that, like, it doesn't shake long enough. So this is what I would do with this shot. Like, I like it being up for 2 seconds. So if I stop that, I'm now, watch this, going to select these 2 frames, 3 and 4. Watch what I do. 3 and 4 now selected. I'm going to hit Command C. Well, actually, what am I doing here? Let's select both of these, and I'm going to drag them down to the plus sign here. And that made another duplicate, right? We're going to do it again, right there. So now when I go to the front, watch what happens now. So that rings for a little while, right? Now I could use words for this, but I think we might be good without it. But I like that. So by the way, when you set this stuff here, it can be set to forever once or 3 times. I'm gonna set this to forever. I'm gonna set this one to forever, but I should probably save this file. What do you think? Just for kicks? We'll do a save as, and we're gonna save on the computer. Right? And we're going to save in our folder here, Dieselfunk Dispatch. And I'm going to hit DD underscore hit and like. So we've got it. So we've got our file output. We have our notifications here. I could put hit notifications, but I think this works pretty good as it. In fact, I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to select this here again. Watch this, guys. And I'm going to do this one more time to make it even longer, right? So that stuff goes through that pretty fast, but it goes on for a little bit longer, see? And it cycles, right? All right, not bad. Okay, so we're going to save this. I'm going to go to export again, render video. And you see this is already set up. That already says DD underscore notifications.mp4. We still have it H.264. I'm going to hit render. And I want to replace the older version, right? I want to replace the older version. All right, now, I use Mel Studio. And what I'm doing is progressively adding more and more content to this process. And I know there's not a lot of drawing going on today. What this is, because I don't want to just things to be tutorials and stuff. I want things to, some days it'll be tutorials. Hey, I taught for 30 years. So I'm going to do that a little bit. But the thing that's important to me is that I want you guys to see as much of the process that I can show you without feeling, I'm not going to show you everything, obviously. I don't think you want to see everything, but I'm hoping that you guys wouldn't mind seeing me go through my process of how I build not only my comics but also build my process. That's where we are. Also, very quickly, again, I'll be at San Diego Comic-Con Friday morning, I think from 11 to 1. I did post it in there. Let me make sure I do it again here. I'm just going to go up to my thingies here. Let me come back down here to notes, and you guys should be able to see my notes here, which is weird. Let me just move that up there. Whoops. Where am I? Oh, there we go. All right. So I wanted to get that off there. Okay. Let's see here. It is the thing where I am. Hold on. What is going on here? Okay. All right. Good. 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 Oh, so it's this. You guys might enjoy seeing this a little bit. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't. I'm gonna minimize this for now. And I'll get the information for the thingy in a bit here. Let's go. New York Comic Con, Afrofuturism. I'm actually moderating the panel. So here we go right here. This is it. I'm going to copy paste this into the YouTube and so on and so forth, so you guys can have it in the thread. So this is it for hello, Dionys. Hello, Eliane. Hello, Wild Magic. Never been shy, and one other joint. I don't know who that is, but hey, how you guys doing? So this is where let's go. All right, this is the link to the site to the speech. Not the speech. What I'm talking about, the panel. I'll be moderating. A little bit nervous because it's like, oh Lord, it's a panel, right? But it's all good. So we got that there. So you guys have it on Photoshop. You guys have it on Facebook. You guys have it in all of the different areas there. And let me make sure it's here in the YouTube chat. There we go. And we go here again. All right. All right. You guys should be there now. Let me refresh this here because right now we have the wrong sign up here. Okay. Don't know why that's acting a little weird. I don't know. YouTube should be going. Okay, there we go. All right, you guys should have everything here. All right. I have to make sure that was going good there. Let me refresh this again. All right. You guys should be good to go. All right. So, again, so happy to be doing this. So happy to be here again. This is the start of week 3 of the Dieselfunk Dispatch. I am Tim Fielder. Yes, Eliane, I forgot to announce what I was doing a little bit more progressively. I'm Tim Fielder. I am a visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist. I specialize in creating graphic novels as well as illustration and animation. I utilize all digital technology in my work. I draw with a huge Cintiq 32-inch Cintiq Pro, which is kind of a little wonky now. One of the scan lines is off here, but it's great because I can see a little bit better because, I can't see so well anymore, being almost 59 years old. I'm going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. I will be there from Friday, July 25th from 12 to 1 Pacific Standard Time on the San Diego Hotel and Ballroom DE 4th floor. Shamika Mitchell, who I think will be there. Myself, Dr. LaWanna Richmond, one of my buddies who lives out there doing her Afrofuturist Lounge. Jeff Carroll, who is all over the place now. He makes me feel kind of old and worn out. He's all over the place. The creator writer of The Last Harlemite, Regine Sawyer, who is the writer, creator of Lock It Down Productions, the founder of Women in Comics, which is a huge organization that I did a little bit with them before in the past. And the great thing is, she got actually was awarded something at the Eisners last year, and I actually got something from her at her table there. So Regine is always a wonderful person and been part of the Black comics and the Afrofutures community for many decades. Also she is a woman of the fro, the Afro. Nasib Gifted is the coordinator of this panel. Good brother of Black Star Media, director of Focus Black Star Media. And we are all good with that. Let me move this over here. Okay, that's good. Now, so that is where we are. So now, what else do I want to show you guys today? So I've shown you guys this kind of limited animation. Now, if I have a chance, I will load this into the stream so you guys can see how I can transition. Because like right now, like I can transition to my straight ahead shot, right, which is cool. I can stream to my overhead shot, which is great. I have Photoshop, which is here. Clip Studio, I don't know if it's going. Oh, there it is. Clip Studio is still there. Okay, great. But I also have. Let me minimize this right here. I don't think I need this up. I have Safari. Safari is acting a little weird, but that's okay. We'll do this. We're going to go here. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll go up to Safari here, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to move it to. Let's go. I don't want to move it there. No, I don't. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open. And I'm sorry, guys. Y'all know me. I'm always trying to do multiple things badly. So let's see here. We'll go here yeah, I got it. I got it now. Hang on. So we go here. We close that out. We don't need any of that stuff. There's one thing I want to show you guys is pretty freaking alarming that I was doing earlier today. So we're going to go here. Dieselfunk Studios. Okay, that's good. We're going to go here. We'll select that guy. We will go here. We will now click here. And we will go Dieselfunk Studios. There we go. So you guys should have it there. And you also should have it here as well. Let's go back. There we go. You should be there as well. But if you don't, it's all good. We won't worry about it for right now. Make sure I got that squared away. Hang on 1 second. Let's go here. It'll always pop. Yeah, it'll go back there. That's fine. So then we'll go back to Dieselfunk Studios. And I think we'll be all right. Anyway, so there's Dieselfunk Studios. Also, because it's important. There we go. It just popped up in Instagram. Music done by my brother Boston Fielder. Arguably one of the greatest musicians ever lived. And I just wanted you guys to see his work. He did the theme song, Banga is what it's called. And also there's other music that he's done for the what should I say, for the movie that's being done on my career. Okay. So I've shown you guys this stuff here with the interface. Let's go back here to Photoshop so you guys understand a little bit how frame animation works in Photoshop. But before I do jump into the drawing, because right now I've been drawing now for a little bit over an hour, so that's good. About an hour. So I don't want to go much longer than another 30 minutes to an hour. But I think it's important that I show you, like, this is one way. This is very good for motion graphics. But you might say, well, why would I show this to you guys now? Why would I show this to you now? What is the point of showing you how you would do keyframe animation? I mean, what am I going to do with this? What is anybody going to do with this, right? So let's just see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to, I think this might be the interface. So I'm going to go to Bridge. Let's see if Bridge will pop up here. All right, we're going to minimize Photoshop for a second here. All right, you guys can see my ugly interface. We're going to go to Bridge. So this is Bridge here, right? Bridge is awesome because Bridge is the asset management browser for Adobe. I've been using it pretty heavy. And of course, you guys can see I'm working on the comment here. Don't worry, editor. I don't know, Gina, if you're watching tonight. I'm working. Any rate, so animation, right? And I'm going to show you guys how you can do animation with drawn animation, but I'm going to show you how you can do it with frame animation module in Photoshop. But you can also use it to generate keyframes that can be utilized in AI animation. And again, I have, look, I understand. I was, forget the brother who I saw. There's so many people who have issues with animation, with anything touching AI. I get it. It's some ethics issues there. But this tech isn't going away. And I know what happens when I don't embrace new tech. I get left behind. That's what's happened to me. When I did embrace technology and find out how to integrate it, not just be completely dependent on it, but to integrate it into my already existing toolkit, things worked out great. When I didn't do it, I got left behind. And I'm 59 years old, damn near. I can't afford to get left behind now, guys. I'm sorry. For the young bloods, if y'all want to go in and keep doing it the old way, do that. I'm all for people feeling comfortable. But for myself, I've got to attack this technology. As an Afrofuturist, as a visual Afrofuturist, I must attack this technology. It's my responsibility. It's why I believe I was given this opportunity to do what I do. All right, now, enough of that. I'm just talking here. So we're going to go here, and I think what I'm going to do is I am going to go to this will be fun. That one. Yeah. So what I'm about to show you here, these are images from Maddie's Rocket, book 2, right? And I'm going to show you a sequence using keyframes. Now watch this. So these are all JPEGs, right? So I'm going to start it out there. You can see, let me zoom in here on this. If I can, I'll go here. You guys should be able to see that, right? There we go. Whoa. Right? So this is one of the scenes from Maddie's Rocket. Part 2. Starts, well, I don't want to reveal too much of the story, but there's a part of it that takes place in Egypt, right? And watch these keyframes here. So I have that keyframe where there are horses walking. I have this keyframe where let's go here again. So let me do it like this. I'm going to select this one. I'm going to select this one. And then I'm going to select that one. So let's see what that looks like. That starts here. Flying saucers appear behind the pyramids. And then that. Now, this is actually one page from Maddie's Rocket. Maddie's Rocket is never more than 3 panels a page, right? But one of the reasons why I did it like this, because Maddie's Rocket, as the version that most people see now, that's been in existence over the last, 10 years, started as an animation. The version that started in the 90s was a comic, right? But when I resurrected it 10 years after I moved out of the comic book industry in 2000, roughly, I brought it back in 2008, 2009, 2010 as an animation. And that animation damn near killed me. But what I ended up doing was a metric ton of elements that will be part of Maddie's Rocket book 2, right? And you can see this right here. This is a time-lapse story where you can see it's not any color in it. It's a flashback. Even though Maddie's Rocket takes place in 1936, there's some parts of it that will be kind of This is just to let you know, this is a part where you can see it at the end of book 1 of Maddie's Rocket. This guy here, which you can buy by where all fine books are sold. You can order it. Just go to dieselfunk.com. You can get it off of Amazon. But the Earth is invaded by flying saucers because, of course, that's Maddie's Rocket. It takes place in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, right? But in this particular case here, this flashback, like H.G. Wells, the Earth is invaded by flying saucers, and this is where they came to the planet, right? And they're all over the planet, but I won't go too much into that. All right, so let's say it again. So we got here, so it starts here, Cairo, Egypt. Flying saucers appear in these blasts of light, and then they're hovering over the Egyptian pyramids. All right, now watch this. So you guys are looking at my desktop here. Again, apologies about my desktop. I know it's a mess. So I can go to Photoshop here. I'm going to close these guys here out because I don't think I need these anymore. But what I will do is I will open this up here, and I will open up all 3. Now, I'm just going to deal with JPEGs here, right? I'm just going to deal with JPEGs. Or I could deal with, let me deal with JPEGs. Keep it simple. So I'm going to JPEG here, and JPEG here. These 3 images. I'm going to drag and drop these over into Photoshop. So there we go, right? There we go. So this is frame 1. I'm going to go here. I'm going to do a Command C. So I just copied that. I'm going to go back to 1. I'm going to hit Command V. Oops. I should unlock those. Those are locked. By the way, there are little lock swatches here that when you unlock these things, that allow you to manipulate the layers. So I'm going to keep this timeline open here. I'm going to unlock this again. Okay. Now let's move the timeline down here a little bit. All right. So I'm going to go here. That's frame 1, right? And I'm going to unlock that as well. I'm going to go here to frame 2. Now I'm going to select that. I'm going to hit Command C, Command V, right? Oh, wait. Shift Command V. There we go. Right? See what's happening? So I'm turning those layers on and off. Now I'm going to go here. I'm going to select this guy. I'm going to hit Command C. And I'm going to hit Command Shift V because I want it to rock in place. So now we don't need these layers anymore. We don't need those files. Don't save. I don't want to overwrite my stuff. So I'm going to hit Don't Save. All right. So let me move this up here. So we have here, this is Magic Rod. Let me hit F so I can go to the full frame there. So you guys should be able to see that pretty good. Yep. All right. Now, you remember when I was playing around with the bell, right? I was playing around with the bell. So watch this. So I'm going to hit Create Frame Animation and watch what happens. See? That timeline feature. So this is up for 1 second. I don't want that image visible. I want this image visible, right? Now, there's one thing I can do. Hang on 1 second. Let me go back to Bridge right quick. Because I think having that word is not necessary. I don't think you need the title. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open that up, right? And I'm going to turn off that. I'm going to turn off that title, right? And I'm going to save this as, I'm going to call it Egypt Arrival 01A, right? And I'm going to save it like that. I'm going to hit OK. But then I'm going to export this as a JPEG. Right, you got to make sure the resolution is high. Move the quality to high. I'm going to save it in George Wadi Invasion. That's Maddie's dad. Right? I'm going to hit F again. Twice. I'm going to close this one because I don't need that one anymore. Right? We don't want to save that. So we go back to our timeline here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to, where is it? Oh, my eyes. My poor, poor eyes. There it is. 1A right there. Watch this. Watch what I do here, guys. I'm going to drag this and drop it right in there. So you can see how that did what it did, right? Now watch this. So basically what's happening here, I'm going to move this down there. So what's happening is if for the comic book, this is the first panel you will see. So this will be at the top. That'll be in the middle. That'll be in the end. But one of the reasons why I'm doing this is that I'm telling the story of Maddie. I love the widescreen format. It's very important to me. But also, I still want to do this stuff as animation, right? Or I should say, I tried to do it as animation first. That didn't work out, so I moved the format over to comics. And that's why we ended up with maximum 3 panels a page. But it turns out that now that so many programs like Runway ML, GO3 have come out, it's just dramatically easier to do animation, right? But before I do that, I wanted to show you guys one of the ways to do it just in Photoshop. This is not with drone animation. This is with using frame image animation. All right. So panel 1 here. Hold on, let's see here. Okay, panel 1 here. All right, so let's say we want, we're going to go here, and let's say we want that visible first. Actually, we want this one visible first. We want that visible first. Then we want that visible second. Then we want this visible third, and this visible fourth, right? So watch what I'm going to do here. So first frame, I want that up. I want that one up maybe 0.2 seconds. We're going to click another frame here. See another plus button. Turn this one off, turn that one on. So 0.2 seconds. So this part where the title's up for a second, that will be up for just like barely a second, right? Then we're going to click the next one here, and I don't want that one up. I want this one up, right? This one here I want up for 0.5 seconds. And then here, I want that one up for a minute. But not a minute. What am I talking about? 1 second. All right. Now, watch this. Oops. Moving very fast. Now, there's camera shaking this. That's one of the reasons why this shot looks the way it looks. Right? But I could go here and leave that up for a minute. Right? For, what am I saying? 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. So now that's up for 0.2 seconds. Now we hit play. So that's up there, see? So that's done. And just like before, I can go to File, Export, and output that animation. Now, you might, and this is a very limited animation, right? Which is part of how I did Maddie's Rocket years ago. I remember this guy arguing with me. I was by Alex Simmons' Kids Comic Con. This guy was saying, that's not animation. That's not animation. I was like, it's animation. But, you know, he was correct because it wasn't full animation. Thank God for the tools we have now. All right, so let's stop this right here for now. I think we've played this enough. Let's go back here. We're going to hit stop. Now, what if I wanted this sequence to look tighter? What if I wanted that? What would that look like? Right? How can we get full animation utilizing AI to take my drawings? These are my drawings. I'm I don't even, this was done with me doing my standard, painting technique. With, I took photos of the pyramids and I adopted it. I did paint overs. I did cloud effects, the whole thing, right? Because that's how I do Maddie's Rocket. But how would I utilize this to make it smooth for usage with a film or a TV series, which is what I'm going to be working on eventually. So right now I'm going to go back to, there we go. Haha. Now I'm going to show you guys something that's going to be really freaking weird, but it's okay. So you guys remember this? If I don't know who's seen Infinitum, an Afrofuturist tale. Let me hold this up here. Go buy this book, please. I need to sell copies. Eventually, I need to get pay out my advance, if you don't mind. Infinitum, an Afrofuturist tale. My good friend Jerry Kraft gave me my cover quote. I always love him for that. I mean, he's done nice stuff for me before, but he just really didn't have to do that, and he did it. I appreciate it. Infinitum, an Afrofuturist tale is a book that changed my life because it allowed me to finally be able to tell an epic Afrofuturist story. Not for somebody else, not a pin-up or a shot from a story. A full-on, multi-image, multi-page epic featuring major characters that move beyond the edge of time. That's what I wanted to do. And for a major company, it's the first one of its kind. It's not an adaptation. The first, of what I consider the first Black Afrofuturist graphic novel is Kindred, done by John Jennings and Damian Duffy. That's what that is. But the first one with an original storyline from a big 5 publisher, I would consider it to be Infinitum. I don't know if any others that came out with that scale. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I don't think I'm wrong on this. And why was it so difficult? Because it's hard to do that type of stuff. It's hard to paint those big images. These are just to draw it straight. But, anyway, I'm rambling here. So Infinitum. Let's go here to, I'm going to, instead of keeping this, switching from this, I'm going to open up a new window. Right? And I'm going to scroll to Infinitum manuscript. So most people, I'll click here. I never really talk about Infinitum. I don't really show it that much. But this is Infinitum. Let me move it. It starts here, right? So you can see here, and the reason why you say, well, why am I showing this? I'm showing this so you can see all Infinitum is, it's just a storyboard, a fully painted storyboard, right? But I have the right and the ability to be able to do comics however I want. So once I place the word captions in and narration and dialogue, it's this kind of freakish hybrid picture book comic. And that's what I love about Infinitum. Right? So these are all keyframes. Right? Because the first sequence title comes up. Then it has this huge sequence here with the African homeland, ancient African homeland. And then it has this shot here. So this shot, let me zoom into the shot. Not my, I'm an okay painter. I can always be better. But that damn thing there damn near killed me. It's not that it's the greatest painting in the world. It's that it's detailed. And there's a lot of action happening. I love Michael Whelan. I love painters like that, Phil Hale. I love how these guys capture moments in time, but you're capturing moments of time by putting different things in there. There are certain things that are detailed, certain things that are out of detail. This was, this book changed my life. But I want to do this book as a movie. In fact, we almost sold it to Amazon. But, for whatever reasons, primarily my fault, we didn't take, because I didn't want to take it for the amount they were putting it up in, but that's just me. But the thing that's so interesting now this technology is out here where it's possible to do. So again, where is he going with all this? All right, so watch this, guys. So I'm gonna close this window here, and I'll get back to this one here in a moment. So let's go here to that. So I imported this into VO3, right? There it is. I imported this sucker in there, right? And VO3 is just, there we go. And I asked, hey, African warriors ride large K9s into fierce ground battle with opponents. I didn't know what was going to happen. But this came up. Look at this. Now that's bad. The guy there in the air there looks really bad. But, ladies and gentlemen, what are we going to do? I got to pay. I don't have a pension. I didn't work a regular job. Most of the cartoonists didn't work a regular job. They don't have a pension. All they have is the work that they're earning from their books, right? So they've got to make the transition to a state where they can have a nest egg. Now, if you in your 20s or 30s, look, you got time. I would say start investing in the stock market, in safe stock markets, and let that money build over time. But if you're getting old like me, I'm going to have to start eating my cat's cat food if I don't get something together, right? Yeah, I'm doing all right, but no, I'm talking about real security. Real security demands that you do what you have to not just survive, but to set yourself up and your offspring up. I've been doing this work. All my work's been scraped. I'm no different than anybody else. But this technology allows me to take my work. I don't care about anybody else's work. They're going to work that out, how they going to work that out. Right? And it's not that I don't care in the sense that I don't think what's happening is wrong. Yeah, it's wrong. They should have asked permission. They should have been paying people. Hopefully they'll get that sorted out. But in the meantime, I'm going to attack this technology and use it to push my work forward. Right? So I don't care what anyone says. That is, it's pretty alarming. Because it means I can now make a film. I don't have to ask, any of the filmmakers that I've dealt with over the decades. I don't have to oh God, they would never make a film of mine, or go to some meeting, numerous meetings. Oh Lord, we're going to pitch this project to them and hopefully they'll finance it. You don't have to do that anymore. Now you can take your images, not other images, your images, put them in the system and generate animation. But let's be frank, that's pretty good, but with the exception of certain elements, look at this guy. This guy's body here is distorting. So some of the stuff is ready, some of it is not. But as a whole, what could I say? What do you want me to say? I drew those dogs. I painted those dogs. And that damn dog is jumping up and down with his mouth open, both of them. And look at the guy in the back here. You understand what I'm saying? That's the world that we are in. And we had better get with it. Or we will find, I'm going to say it, God, I'm probably going to get blackballed. That's fine. Whatever. Better I do it than somebody else, than somebody young. This technology allows you to produce an animated film with your work. I'm not talking about prompt people who just write prompts. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about visual artists, writers who've always wanted to make their own movies can now do it. Let me repeat that again. Artists or artists, writers can now make their own movies with this technology because you're just going to be using your images. If you utilize AI to create images, or to enhance or augment the creation of your images, fine, right? You determine how far you can go. I've shown how to do that. I'll be showing it more as I keep going. But for animation, I'm sorry, who's going to make infinitum? Nobody's going to make infinitum. I have to make infinitum. I have to do it because no one else is going to do it. All right, I'm looking up here because I'm looking at my side. I'm sorry. Anyway, so this is cool, but that animation kind of wonky. I wonder what would happen if I input those 3 frames in Runway. Let's go over and take a look at Runway here. Let's do this. Go this here and click here. Go to Runway. There it is. I'm gonna get started. Probably don't have a lot of credits left. I'm going to go to. I'm gonna take this to right there. Right. Right now, I'm going to go to Gen 4 Turbo, previous models. Eventually, I'll move over to other stuff, but right there. Okay. So watch what happens. I'm now going to take Bridge. Go to Bridge. There we go. Move this over a little bit. And I'm not going to use the one with the title in it. I'm just go here. I'm going to drag and drop that in there. All right. So we see the camels walking across the horizon with the pyramids, right? Now I'm going to add a keyframe, and that will be, and remember how I utilize those keyframes in Photoshop? Effectively, what it ends up doing is giving me the ability to be able to almost create a storyboard with finished images. You understand what I'm saying? So we're going to go here, next frame. Let's see. Rub my eye here. We're going to go here. Okay? So that's frame 2. So we got frame 1, frame 2. Whoops. Let's go here. We want to send that back. That's frame 2. Then here, frame 3, we're going to take this one. Whoops. We're going to drag and drop. All right. So we got this. We're going to go back here. Now, so we could describe the shot. We're going to say, flying saucers appear over the Egyptian pyramids. Camel riders are disrupted by the oops, let me get that period out of there. By the saucer's appearance. Right? We're going to say Rocky camera. Rocky camera. Slow trucking. All right. And I think that will do it. So we're going to go back here. Now we're going to hit, that would be 5 seconds. I think that's a little bit faster. We're going to take it to 10 seconds. I think we could do 10 seconds. All right. So that shot would be, if this lasts, it'll be 10 seconds long. Okay. Disrupted. I've just disrupted by. Okay. All right. I got it. Yeah, but we got the grammar police out tonight. Okay, man. Let's see. Let's go up here. Let me check the comments here, since everybody is such a the grammar police is out tonight. So anyway, I love these folks who check it in over. All right, so I'm gonna hit generate, and I'm now going to go away. Let's minimize this. It's in queue, so it's generate. We're down to 45. Oh God, it's moving. Oh boy, look at that. It's moving. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Oh Lord. Okay, all right. So I guess I won't go away. We'll just leave it there. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, we're ready, everybody? Oh my God. Wow. 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 Now, let me say this. That's off. That's off. Meaning I have to do some adjustments to this. But I'll be doggone if it did not maintain my art style. Do we understand? Right? And I probably need to rewrite this. So let me stop this. So that's pretty good. So again, it's using my frames for the visuals and everything, right? What in the world is going on with Safari here? Let me go to, there we go. We'll go there. I need to check and see. Let's see if there's any comments going on now. I don't think we have any comments, maybe. Oh, we got people watching. Okay, that's good to know. Hello. 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 So we got that there. I don't know why that's showing me, but okay, let's go here. Okay, so we have a stream happening. I don't know why there's a. Let's close this. Hang on one second, guys. I'm gonna just refresh this here because we got the stream going, and hopefully the chat will show up. Doggone it, chat's acting weird again, but I ain't gonna worry about it right now. But that's there. Okay, so we're good for now. And then we'll go here. Okay, so that's good. All right, so let's do a refresh on this. We should have that going as well. Because Dieselfunk dispatch was a little wonky this morning. I mean, just today. But I don't know if that'll pop in. If it pops in, great. If it doesn't, I'm not going to worry about it. TikTok was not great tonight because I didn't. It's still having issues finding the certain things, but whatever, man, whatever. All right, so we're going there. I'm very happy. I'm going to do just very quick over here to Tim Fielder, and then I will go back to editing this, and then we will get ready to call it a nighty night night. All right. Hello, Boston Becky. People saying, okay, let's go here. Okay. I think we are good. All right. I think we're good. All right. So let's just go back here. All right. Now, I'm going to come back down here to this guy. Now, let's change this. Because what we have here is the flying saucers have the impression they should be starting earlier. And that's not what we want. We're going to have to revamp this. We're going to say camel riders. I'm going to delete the first part. I'm going to say camel riders travel over a sand dune pass in front of the Egyptian pyramids. So that's first. Second is the camel riders are disrupted by bright by bright, oh, not bright, bright, man. Bright lights. Okay. Out of the bright lights form two flying saucers hovering over the pyramids. Egyptian, not Egyptian, Sean, man. Okay. All right. So I'm going to say Rocky camera, slow truck in. All right, but I'm going to delete this, the first part, right? So now what we're doing, camel riders travel over a sand dune in front of the Egyptian pyramids. That's the first action that's happening, and it's following my drawing, this one, as the template. It's going to maintain the look. I'm not asking for it to change the look. You know, I'm not talking about the time of day. Why? All of that stuff is in the drawing. All of that is in the illustration, right? And then the second one, the camel riders, not camera riders, man. The camel riders are disrupted by bright lights, right? With dust. I'm going to say bright lights. All right. Out of the bright lights and dust storm form two flying saucers flying over the pyramids in the distance. Right? Now, we're going to leave it at 10 seconds. Let's take a look at this first one here again. I mean, it looks great, but it's just, yeah, it's just kind of like it doesn't know. I mean, even look at the shadow on the side of the pyramid. That's freaking awesome, man. But the pyramids appeared too slow. But look at that. Look at that. Oh, now there's another one popped out of there. I don't know what happened there. Okay. So we're going to stop this one. All right, here we go. Now, let's just look at this. Let's edit this one more time. We're going to, camel riders travel alone over a sand dune in front of the Egyptian pyramids in the distance. The camel riders are suddenly disrupted by bright lights. Let's go here. And dust. Well, no, we'll leave that out. Out of the bright lights and dust, I'm going to leave the word storm out, form two flying saucers hovering over the pyramids. I'm going to take out the words in the distance. All right, here we go. Oh, no, it says upgrade to generate. Doggone it. Okay, I almost used bad language. Let's go back to 5 seconds here. Ah. Ah. So there we go. So yeah, I don't have this anymore in place. But we're close. We're close. So close. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. No, we're not. All right. So for now, guys, we're gonna have to. Wow, I can't believe I missed. Did I mess that up already? Let's close this again. Okay, it's still there. So anyway, try Gen 4 Turbo. Let me see here. But will it give me the keyframe feature? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, see, it doesn't do that. Gen 4 Turbo. But do they have the keyframe feature? I've not seen the keyframe feature here. 16:9 is good. Settings is good. Uh, yeah, I don't know how we get that, but maybe what wait, hold on. Let's see here. What do we do here? Plus there. Nope. 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 So we go here. 45 credits left. Doggone it. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we came so close. We came close. We came so very, very freaking close, man. Dudes, we came close, dudes. We came close. Yeah, any rate. So it does say generate. So that means it will allow for a generation, which is great. But it won't allow, what's that? No, that's crop, remove image. Yeah, this won't allow for a keyframe thing in here. Not that I can see. That's so settings. I get rid of settings. Yeah, folks. Reuse a seed to get similar. No, that's not it. Yeah, guys. So we're gonna. But it would have been nice if it had worked. No, I could go to Kling or something like that, but I don't really have a Kling license. So for now, I think we're gonna have to call that now. However, let me just see one thing here. This is that's a thought. That's a thought. Let me generate a new session here. Since I have Gemini, let's see what happens. We go with new chat. All right. So we know we have that going. So here's what we're gonna do. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's see if it works. So we go to Google Gemini again. You guys can see Google Gemini, I think. All right. So I'm gonna drag this guy here. All right. That's frame 1. I'm going to grab this guy here. Frame 2. Okay, here we go. I'm not saying this is going to work. I am not saying this is going to work. If you guys believe I'm saying this is going to work, you're wrong. I do not know if this is going to work. And we want to generate with VO3. You can generate 2 more videos today. Okay. Oh, doggone it. Didn't put the thing in there. Anyway, here, let's try it again. We're going to go here. Add a photo. Come on. Doggone it. No drag and drop in this? How is there no drag and drop in this, man? This is supposed to be Google, man. Y'all supposed to have your act together. Okay, no worries. So we're going to click here. We're going to go to George Wadi Invasion. And we're going to choose here 1A. All right, we're going to go here. Man V. Oops. Undo that. Man C. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Command V. There we go. So that's 1. Upload. Okay. Can you do more than 1? Doggone it. What do you mean not available yet? These people don't have keyframes? How do you not have keyframes? Man. Okay. So yeah, guys, this is where we are now. We are in a weird way. And I must say, I am disappointed. I am disappointed in this. But like I say, we'll try it again because maybe it'll have cleared up because they give you a certain amount of credits every day, and maybe Runway will have cleared up. But we will see what the deal is. All right. So anyway, it is now 10:04. I think we've gone on pretty late tonight. I've had fun tonight because not everything has to be drawing. I'm disappointed that did not come through because I was really interested in seeing if Gemini or Runway, for that matter, could do the animation. But that's the way the things go. Maybe I can have this cleared up inside of another few hours or so, or by tomorrow. You never know. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Please buy. Uh, uh, please buy. Let's go back to Kevin Garcia. Comment on the post I'm tagged in. I don't know. Was it? Infinitum and Afro Futurist Tale. Please buy it. I need it. I need it, man. I need to pay out the advance. Buy the book by Walter Grayson and myself. Excuse me, the endowed chair, Walter Grayson and myself of McAllister College. Walter Grayson, Tim Fielder, Graphic History Hip Hop. Please get that. You can get it soft cover or hardcover. And of course, Maddie's Rocket. Get this book. It's what keeps me going. It allows me to get my work done. It allows me to have the opportunity to bring you guys moving and sequential images that tell stories that are fun, that are of my heart. I've been a visual Afrofuturist since I was 13 or 14 years old. So I've been doing this my entire life at this point. It's the only thing that I can say artistically the only other thing that's been, because I got out of comics for a while there. So I would say Afrofuturism itself is a thing that would be, pretty amazing, what's happened. So I'm so grateful to have done this and to have this lifestyle. And I know it's a privilege for me to be doing this. I'm so happy for my kids. My youngest son just told me he got a new job today. So the field decline has his issues, but we still alive. We still cranking. And I'm grateful to be here in East Harlem. My wife will be home in another day or two. I'll be able to see her before I'm out to San Diego. Again, I'll be at San Diego on Friday. I'll be on the Afrofuturist panel that lasts from noon to 1. I posted the address in the comment section. Saturday, I should be possibly on the hip hop panel by Patrick Reed, but I don't know. It's hard to say, but I'll show up there more than likely. I'll also be doing my, I guess, twice annually floor tour with my good friend Calvin Reed, the Publishers Weekly, where we talk about what's happening at the event. I enjoy it because Calvin's a good brother, and he'll kill me again for saying this. Without Calvin, this would not exist. Sorry, Calvin, had to do that. Forgive me. And then Sunday, I'll be attending the Dwayne McDuffie Diversity Award ceremony, which Graphic History of Hip Hop is up for winning awards. Grateful to be nominated. I'm going to try my best to get to the George Lucas panel. Why am I going to try to get to the George Lucas panel? This is my original Art of Star Wars from 1978 that I bought. It's so old that the cover came off because the glue gave out on it. This book changed my life. And in fact, I'm so much of a Star Wars head. This is the original ad from the commercial, the Memphis commercial appeal for The Empire Strikes Back. And I have here one of my old Star Wars comics. I have actually several Star Wars comics. I was one of those nerds that did that. And then I also have my old copy of the Star Wars sketchbook. All this stuff was when I'm 12 years old. I also have, where is it? Where? Oh my God, where's my doggone blueprints? Ah! Okay, we gotta figure that out. My blueprints thing is missing, man. Holy smokes! Yeah, I have the Star Wars blueprints. Okay, of the blueprints of the Death Star. What are you gonna do? All right, love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Want to see George Lucas? I really, really want to see George Lucas. I really, really want to see that. I'm sending it out into the universe. Sending it out into the universe. I need y'all to send me that. That's the wrong angle. Let me go to this angle for that. Sending it out. I want to see George Lucas. I want to give George Lucas a copy of Infinitum, an Afrofuturist Tale, and Maddie's Rocket. I want him to see those books so he will know that one of the reasons why I've done science fiction and lived my life the way it has is due to George Lucas. And I would love to meet him, even if it's for 2 seconds. Like, hello, sir. Nice to meet you. Here are my books. Thank you so much. Could you sign these? And leave them alone. If I never see him again, I'm good. But that's what I want to do. I'm putting it out. Putting it out into the universe. We're going to see what happens. Thank you, guys. Have a good evening. Peace.